Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a fantastic, beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute madness that Port Charles is serving us. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's get right into the thick of it because we have so much to unpack and I am practically vibrating with energy. Let's go. I cannot believe they did that. I mean, I really can't even process the sheer audacity of this Wednesday, July 22nd episode. I am sitting here typing furiously because my mind is completely blown by the absolute nerve of some of these. I am literally screaming at my screen right now. We need to talk about this immediately, because if I don't get these thoughts out of my system, I am going to explode. The writers are playing with my emotions like a fiddle, and I am both here for it and completely dreading what comes. Between the hospital drama, the mother-daughter snark fest, and the mob boss hypocrisy, I don't even know where to begin. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take a deep breath. Okay, back to the point. Let's start with my absolute favorite disaster of a human being, Britt Westbourne. I'm sorry, but seeing Britt sitting in that office, humbly asking for her job back at General Hospital, broke my heart and also made me want to shake her. Usually, she would be talking to a chief of staff, right? But Portia Robinson is likely still out on maternity leave after having her baby in her living room, which is a whole other crazy story we don't have time for. We haven't seen Terry Randolph in a minute, so who is Britt talking to? Elizabeth Baldwin? Am I the only one who thinks it would be peak irony if Britt has to beg Nurse Elizabeth for her job back? Because let's remember the history. I've been watching since 2015, and the dynamic between Britt and the hospital staff has always been a roller coaster. She used to be the co-chief of staff. She ran that place. And now, after the whole Tortola arrest nightmare and the saline syringe fake-out, she is completely broke. Carly literally changed the locks on her at Bobby's and rented her room out to Dr. Tristan Roberts. So Britt is homeless, jobless, and desperate. When she asks, "What do you say to I get my job back?" you can hear the vulnerability masking her usual Brit. I desperately want her to get her life together, but the writers just love torturing. And then, just when I thought I couldn't handle any more Brit angst, the weekly preview absolutely floors me. The preview shows Britt in a crisp, white doctor's coat, standing in the hospital and greeting Jason Morgan. Yes, you heard me right. Jason, the same Jason who has been completely ghosting her since he got back to town. I am losing my mind over this. Jason made this huge, life-altering decision to step away from the mob and focus entirely on being a father to Danny. And in the process, he just completely iced Britt out. After everything they went through, after he took the fall for Rocco and went to a WSB black site, so now they are going to cross paths in the halls of General Hospital? I am so incredibly torn. Part of me wants Britt to slap him across the face for abandoning her when she needed him most, but another part of me remembers their undeniable chemistry and wants them to fall back into each other's arms. But I know Jason. He is resolute. If he thinks staying away from Britt is what's best for Danny, he will do it, no matter how much it hurts them both. I just hope Britt doesn't let him see how much he crushed her. She needs to put on that white coat, channel her inner Britch, and show him that she is thriving without him. Even if we all know she is falling apart on the inside. Okay, moving on from that emotional wreckage. Can we please talk about the absolute train wreck that is Lulu and Charlotte Cassidy? Am I the only one who is exhausted by this dynamic? The scene with them having a snarky conversation is just peak teenage angst, but with a dangerous Cassidy twist. Charlotte is standing there, ready to go to the Metro Court pool, wearing practically nothing on her shoulders, and giving her mother the ultimate. When Lulu sarcastically snaps, "Great, I'm all ears," I physically cringed. The disrespect is off the charts, but honestly, can you blame Charlotte? Let's look at the context here. Charlotte literally went to Carly's house and asked to move in with her. Think about how insane that is. She would rather live with Carly Spencer, the woman who is secretly sleeping with her fugitive father, Valentine, than live with her own mother. And Carly, in a rare moment of actual responsible adult behavior, told Charlotte that she needed to go home and work things out with Lulu. But of course, Carly's advice completely panned out terribly, because the second Charlotte and Lulu are in the same room, it is just a heated, toxic argument. I know some people are loving this rebellious Charlotte era, but personally, it makes me sad for Lulu. Remember when Lulu fought so hard for custody years ago? She went to war with Valentine over this girl. And now, Valentine's influence has completely warped Charlotte's perspective. Valentine spoiled her, manipulated her, and made her fiercely loyal to him, leaving Lulu to play the role of the strict, uncool parent. And now Dante's on the verge of delivering some shocking proposal that is going to throw Lulu for a massive loop. I swear, if Dante suggests sending Charlotte away to boarding school or something, Lulu is going to have a nuclear meltdown. The Spencer women do not handle losing control well, and Lulu is gripping onto Charlotte by a thread. But speaking of people who cannot handle losing control, let's pivot to the absolute most infuriating man in Port Charles right now, Sonny Corinthos. I am so mad at him I can barely type. Sonny actually tasked Brick with breaking up Carly and Valentine. The absolute nerve of this man. Sonny and Carly have been divorced for a long time. He has absolutely no right to interfere in her love life. But because Sonny is Sonny, he cannot stand the idea of Carly being with someone he deems a threat, especially a Cassadine. So Brick shows up at Carly's house, because of course he does. Brick couldn't intimidate Valentine into leaving town, so now he's got an out for Carly. He hands her this little flash drive and says, if you decide you need him out of your life, this should do the trick. I paused the screen just to look at Carly's face. It was a perfect, beautiful cross between annoyed, shocked, and intensely curious. She is so annoyed that Sonny is pulling this manipulative garbage again, but she is also dying to know what is on that drive. And, let's be real, we all know Carly. She is absolutely going to pee. She cannot help herself. What is on that flash drive? Is it Valentine's WSB secrets? Is it proof of his double dealing? Whatever it is, the spoilers say Carly decides to keep it a secret from Valentine. She is going to hide the flash drive and keep him in the dark. This is such a classic Carly move. She wants to hold on to the leverage just in case, but she also doesn't want to blow up her rep. But secrets like this never stay buried in Port Charles. When Valentine finds out that Carly has been sitting on a flash drive that could destroy him, and that she got it from Sonny's right-hand man, the betrayal is going to be astronomical. I am dreading it, but I also have my popcorn ready because the fallout is going to be legendary. And the absolute worst part of all of this, the staggering, blinding hypocrisy of Sonny Corinthos. He is sending Brick to ruin Carly's relationship, all while he is sitting at a table with ADA Justine Turner, trying to romance her and manipulate her into doing his mob bidding. I cannot with him. He is literally dating the assistant district attorney while policing who his ex-wife sleeps with. Make it make sense. So Sonny is with Justine, and he is clearly trying to leverage their secret romance to get what he wants. The spoilers say he makes a proposal, and Justine looks at him with this incredibly suspicious, guarded expression. She flat out tells him, if you're suggesting what I think you're suggesting, we're gonna have a problem. Good for you, Justine. Stand your ground, girl. What exactly is Sonny suggesting? Is he talking about his plans to rid Port Charles of Valentine? Is he asking the ADA to look the other way while he puts a hit out on Valentine Cassadine? Or is he asking her to drop some charges, maybe related to the Jen Sidwell mess? Whatever it is, Justine is not playing his game. And honestly, she shouldn't. Let's not forget the immense trauma Justine just went through. She was literally held hostage at gunpoint by Jen Sidwell at the Jerome Art Gallery. She had a gun to her head. That kind of experience changes a person. It makes you realize how fragile life is, and how dangerous the criminal underworld truly is. Justine knows that Sonny is a mob boss, but I think the reality of what that means is finally crashing down. She cannot be a party to his illegal scheme. She has made it crystal clear that she wants to follow the law and avoid Sonny's less than legal methods of dealing with criminal enemies. She told Molly she was having second thoughts about this romance, and now we are seeing exactly what. If Sonny thinks he can just bat his eyes, turn on the dimpled charm, and get the ADA to sanction a hit on his ex-wife's boyfriend, he is sorely mistaken. Justine is going to demand all the details, and when she hears them, I predict she is going to walk away. Or at least, she should. But this is General Hospital, so she will probably make a terrible, compromised decision that ruins her career. Sometimes I contradict myself, because I get so worked up. Like, I want Carly and Valentine to work out because their chemistry is fire, but I also know Valentine is a liar who is hiding Jack Brennan's black box in his kitchen. I want Britt to get her job back and be a strong, independent doctor, but I also want her to collapse into Jason's arms and beg him to love her again. I want Lulu to get through to Charlotte, but I also kind of love watching Charlotte be a snarky little Cassadine. My emotions are all over the place, and it is entirely the fault of these brilliant, frustrating writers. Let's just take a step back and look at the big picture here. We are heading into the deep summer sweeps, and the board is perfectly set for maximum distraction. Anna Devane is back as police commissioner, which is great, but she is hallucinating Peter August, which is terrifying. She thinks Cassius Faison shot Ross Cullum, but we all know it was Rocco Falconeri. And Jack Brennan knows it too. If Brennan rats out Rocco, Lulu and Dante's lives are going to explode. And speaking of exploding, Willow Kane is currently panicking because Drew is regaining his speech and mobility, and she is desperately trying to keep him paralyzed so he doesn't expose her. The sheer volume of secrets currently ticking, like time bombs in this town, is giving me anxiety. I know some people are loving the slow burn of these storylines, but personally, I need something to detonate soon. I need Carly to confront Valentine with that flash drive. I need Britt to confront Jason in the hospital hallways and demand to know why he ghosted her. I need Justine to slap some handcuffs on Sunny just to prove a point. We are sitting on a powder keg, my friends, and Wednesday, July 22nd feels like the day someone finally lights the match. I am going to be glued to my screen, analyzing every single micro-expression, every snarky comment, and every longing glance. This show has had its hooks in me for years, and episodes like this are exactly why I can never walk away. I need to know if Britt gets her badge back. I need to know if Charlotte finally pushes Lulu past the point of no return. I need to know if Carly peaks at that drive. I just need to know. Okay. I think I've finally vented enough to lower my blood pressure back to a safe level. Thank you for letting me get all of this out of my system. You guys are the only ones who truly understand the emotional toll this show takes on our lives. Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I need to know I'm not the only one losing my mind over this week's episode. Are you Team Carly or Team Sunny? Do you think Britt and Jason have a chance? Let's discuss.